Hello students, welcome to English Literature Pathshala. I am Srishti and I am going to introduce British poetry The Canterbury Tales written by Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer was a British poet of 14th century and this century is named after him. After Anglo-Saxon period there came Middle English period and also known as the Age of Chaucer. Chaucer was born in London in the year 1340 and died in 1400. He was an urban poet and known as the father of English poetry or the morning star of Renaissance. Many historians consider him as a real starting point of English literature. Chaucer lived under three monarchs. He was born during the reign of Edward III and then saw the reign of Richard II and died in the reign of Henry IV. He was a son of wine merchant. His family was very wealthy and he enjoyed the advantage of liberal education. At the age of 17, he was appointed in court. In 1359, he lived with the English army during one of their wars with France. He was even taken prisoner but soon ransomed in 16 pounds, as the Edward III was too kind and generous towards him. Chaucer was married and continues to be closely connected with the court. He was sent as an ambassador to different part of the country, different part of the world as well. So he got to travel a lot. There were many ups and downs in Chaucer's life. He was very much influenced by the two diplomatic visits to Italy, the Italian culture, and the early Renaissance. As the Renaissance began from the land of Italy, he may have met Petrarch and Boccaccio there, the leading literary writer of the Italy of that period. He even sat in the parliament as knight of the Shire of Kent. There was a brief time when his life went through a major crisis. That was a period when the House of Lancastrian were overthrown from power. John of Gaunt banished from the court, and Chaucer fell into poverty. Accession of Henry IV, his life has turned again, and with that he gets a very generous grant of royal pension. He dies within a year of the accession of the King Henry IV. He was the first poet to be buried in Westminster Abbey, a very prestigious place, and the place in which he is buried is now known as the Poets' Corner, and also much favorite site for the tourist. So now we move toward the situation of England during Chaucer's time, that is 14th century. During the 14th century, England was emerging as a distinct nation. There was a standardization of English, clergymen spoke Latin and courtiers spoke French. The period dominated by Roman Catholic Christianity in England. The clergy enjoyed the lots of power. There was expansion of trade, connection with Italy and the influence of Renaissance. There is a renewed interest in literature of classical antiquity, especially literature in Greek and Rome. There was also influence of humanism too. Oxford emerges as an intellectual center. John Wycliffe major contribution in shaping Oxford into intellectual Cambridge prominence by 15th century and 16th century. There was foundation of English college system. Chaucer's England was not all about political stability, the flowering period of English language and literature. It was very eventful in political sense, other kinds of crisis and common life of people. Britain was under the attack of the Black Death, 4 times almost consecutively, and wiped out half the population. The nation had to struggle a lot to engage to deal with this crisis. There was also a lot of peasant rebellion because the England was still under the feudal order, and that has resulted a lot of difficulty. There were also massive corruption, especially within the Roman Catholic Church. There were lots of Monarchies, other institutions like Roman Catholic Church, these were also breeding ground of lots of corruptive activities. The common man was quite upset by the many things which were happening about the luxurious life that most of the clergy were living, and the clerks were employed within their institution were also contributing to the corruption in many different ways. This was also affecting the people by heavy taxation, and the taxation was quite doubled by the effect of war that happened. One of the major wars was Hundred Years' War. The war was fought with France for over 116 years, though it comes to be known as 100 Years' War, and they were proven as anarchy because all of these things put together, there were massive death, rebellion, corruption, wars, heavy taxation. The common man was not living the luxury life like the life of the courtiers. That is why it was the age of glaring social contrast. On one hand, there was a lavish kind of peasantry, and on the other hand, people live in adverse poverty. There was Robert Wieger and could help them to lots of good things happening. And on the other hand, we had death crippling diseases. On one hand, there was elegant literature such as Chaucer and many others. It began to flourish and seen as the beginning of English literature. But on the other hand, there was widespread of illiteracy. England had languages such as Latin and French. Very little attention paid to English at the beginning, but we do see that a lot of effort went into making English language as the medium of common people. And also the church. In certain ways, especially the activity of Reformation also paid to the emergence of English as a common language. The translation of Bible into vernacular by John Wycliffe. Most of the leading writers of the period, including Geoffrey Chaucer, wrote in English, making bring the language closer to the common people. Literature and all the reading material that were available during the period target audience mainly the courtiers and the nobles, clergies, and very little available for the common man. This was there was revival of religious faith. It was also known as Reformation. A more detailed study of social history will taken into the specific details of this event, which swept across Europe and Britain in the 14th century and 15th century, which also laid a proper cultural foundation to the England, which was said to begin on a golden period from the 16th century onwards. And on the other hand, there was widespread corruption in church, which was leading to whole loss of hospitality and a lots of discontent feeling among the people. Wars were contributing to tremendous way the general peace and general life of people in many ways. So, Hundred Year War was one of the most important source of